Randy.
Yes, sir.
First, the tape we have listened to is not the tape which has been in discussion for about 3 days or 3 days prior to the release of this particular tape. All of us had believed that the tape recording that was done in the house of a Supreme Court judge. As it turns out, this tape recording is of a conversation between the Attorney General and the third accused person, Richard Jakpa, in the morning, before 7:30 in the morning. And from the conversation, it is clear that the Attorney General placed this call. And this is a day before Jakpa was supposed to give evidence in court. You understand? Now, again, from this tape recording and the conversations, it is clear that the claim that the Attorney General was set up, and that he was more or less lured to the house of a Supreme Court judge and so on, are not true. It is clear. You understand? Now, I'm feeling sick already. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm really feeling sick. I'm really feeling sick. Now, after this, how can anybody have confidence in the system that we run today? After this, I'm so embarrassed. I'm ashamed. Look, for the Attorney General to call an accused person and to tell the accused person that, look, I'm going to travel. I don't want to be in court. So you, the accused person, get a fake medical report, present it to the court so that the trial will not come on and I'll have the opportunity to travel. My goodness. Forget the ambulance case. Forget everything else and concentrate on this one. Where would this be tolerated? Where in the world would this be tolerated? Who in his right conscience can defend this? I don't know what to say. This is it's so mind-boggling. And then the accused person turns around and tells the Attorney General that, if you can get the fake medical report, go and get it for me. And then the accused person tells the Attorney General that, look, I don't want to destroy my image. And so, unbelievable. Now, why have we been trying to throw some Supreme Court judge under the bus? Because this has nothing to do with the Supreme Court judge. This was not recorded in the house of the Supreme Court judge.
This is a telephone conversation.
This is a telephone conversation. Had nothing. And then
between two people.
And then in this telephone conversation, Randy, the striking thing is that the two of them, that is the accused person and the Attorney General, agree that they will meet in the Supreme Court judge's house. Or that there have been meetings in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I think he referred to meetings.
Meetings.
Yes.
And that the meetings will continue. And yet we have a situation in which we are being told that the Attorney General went to the Supreme Court judge's house not knowing that Jakpa was going to appear and that he was trapped. How could he have been trapped? You see, those who make public commentary, one thing they should never assume is that all of us are stupid idiots. They shouldn't assume
but
that.
Was it a danger?
They have no right to assume that all of us are idiots.
The danger, and I'm sure that you've experienced this many times, is that sometimes you're given information and it's made to, or you're given the impression that that is all the information. And on the basis of that, you also run to town.
Yeah,
only to have X on your faces. Yeah, only to have X on your faces.
Everybody who is giving you information, and I practice journalism myself. I've practiced, yeah, years. I've been in the practice. And Master, I've had experiences where public officials have actually made statements. And they did not know that the statements had been recorded many times, And they would deny statements that they have made. So the rule, in those days was that you bring your notebook. The reporter, you bring your notebook. And then they examine how you wrote your notes and so on. And if you have a tape recorder, even better. Public officials will always put you in trouble. Always. So journalists will take everything that public officials give them without cross-checking and rush to publication and so on. They do so at their own peril. Master, this tape, and I'm waiting for evidence that this tape has been doctored.
Right, Kwesi, when you listen,
that's the point I'm making, Randy. If you listen to this tape,
it's a seamless conversation.
There's no way you can come to the conclusion
question, answer, statement,
rebuttal. It's so sequential.
Yeah.
That you can't make the claim that it has been doctored. Honestly, I feel sad. I also feel sad for the Attorney General.
Why?
Oh, young person.
At the point, if you listen to the tape, at the point, when Jakpa raised the issue about he should not have been on trial, he feels that he didn't say persecuted, but he used the word. And so he cannot subject another person to the same thing. At that point, the Attorney General made a statement to the effect that I hope that this conversation is not being recorded.
But that's damning.
Which presupposes that
he knew that what he was doing was wrong.
Maybe he found, if it were to go out, it would be inappropriate.
Exactly. He was very uncomfortable with what he was doing. This is, and let me explain why I feel sad for the Attorney General. This is a young man, clear young man, who has risen through hard work to become leader of the bar. Because as Attorney General, is leader of the bar.
Yes.
And for him to throw all this away just like that, it's painful. You have to pity him. What? What is this?
If you are,
what is this?
If you are speaking with a person who is on trial, and the person tells you that I'm continuing with my case, and then you say that on the basis of your itinerary, you will not be available for a certain period.
So he should do you a favor.
You hope that, and then you talk about taking a medical excuse, and the person says that also, are you, because you are the person who's going to travel, are you going to bring that medical excuse for the case to be delayed for your return? He said, no. The person should go, and so you're virtually asking the guy to go and engage in an illegality in order to buy time for you to return so that you guys can continue the case the way you want it to go. That for me was scandalous.
But you see, I'm just wondering. Yeah, nobody can prescribe the length of time that it should take a professional organization like the Ghana Bar Association to comment on this matter. But this matter is so crucial to the integrity of the system of prosecution and education of justice that the Ghana Bar Association ought to study it and to comment on it as quickly as possible.
And the leader of the bar obviously has an extremely high bar.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. So, Randy, the Ghana Bar Association cannot be silent on this matter.
Well, maybe it's early days.
The Ghana Bar Association ought to guide us and lead us in a discussion of this matter, which is at the base of the system of prosecution in our country. How can the Ghana Bar Association keep quiet on this matter? It cannot. And we are all expecting the Ghana Bar Association to comment on this matter. Randy, look, this is no joking matter. This is not an MPP, NDC matter. And I think that the NPP and NDC should stop making this an NPP-NDC matter. This is way beyond an NPP-NDC matter. It can happen to anybody. And in any case, people in the NPP must begin to reflect that it is just possible that in the next 5 to 6 months, they would not be in power. Now, if they are not in power, and they are being prosecuted using these means and so on, how would they feel? How would they feel? And I don't want to go into all the legalese and so on, because if you look at the plea bargaining law, okay, the AG is stopped from even engaging with accused persons without the presence of their lawyer.
I've heard the spokesperson of the AG make the case that, and they refer to a meeting, that as at that time, the accused person didn't have a lawyer.
But that is useless talk. Randy, listen.
I mean, obviously, this tape,
because on the day this tape
not
was
about
recorded,
that meeting.
this was the day before the accused person's appearance in court. And at that time, the accused person had a lawyer. So what are they talking about? Look, this matter cannot be defended. And anybody defending this matter throws some of the mud on themselves. Let the Ghana Bar Association study the circumstances of this matter, study the merit of the matter and so on, and come up clearly with a position. And I'm wondering how the Ghana Bar Association can endorse this kind of practice. How is it possible?